Welcome back to Steam Deck Pulse. Today we're going to take a look at another favourite game of mine, that being Deep Rock Galactic Survivor. It's a really fun game. Obviously made by the same team that made the other Deep Rock Galactic game, which is also really cool. And we're going to look at the performance settings for this one, and my recommended settings, and also we're going to look at some other things to consider when playing this game. So before we start, we'll just check if I'm running a specific version of Proton or not. So for this one I'm not, so you can just leave it to the default, because the game runs fine essentially. So what we're going to do is we're going to launch this game. Turn the sound up a bit as well. Oh, not too high actually. Put it around there. So yeah, it's Deep Rock Galactic Survivor on the Steam Deck OLED, and we're going to have a look at the settings first of all. So the gameplay, I don't know whether you can see, that's quite small actually. Bring it a bit closer and then I'll focus on it a bit better. So the gameplay is all defaults, and this is, well, the important settings, the video settings, which is going to have an impact on the performance that we're going to see on the deck. So yeah, display primary, and the display mode on full screen window. The resolution is 1280 by 800p, which is the maximum for the Steam Deck. And then we've got a anti-aliasing solution on there as well, which is 4x MSAA. And we've checked max frame rate, and we set the max frame rate to 60 frames per second on this. And you might think, okay, why haven't we gone for the 90 FPS, which is the maximum that the Steam Deck can output? And that's purely based to, there's a lot of stuff that goes on in this game. As you progress through the levels, it gets tougher and tougher, and you get more hordes of enemies, and this causes a lot of impacts to the GPU, which can cause you to drop some frames here and there. So if you've played Vampire Survivors, for example, you'll know what it's like when you get to the later levels. So as for the Steam Deck configuration on the Steam OS, we've just got this set to 60 hertz, 60 frames. So what I'll do now is just jump into a little game, and yeah, we'll just take a quick look at it and see how it's performing. To do that, I'm going to go to the performance section again, and we're going to get the overlay on number 2, so we can see the settings again on the top. And I need to charge my deck, but I'll be fine for this video. So we're going to press play, main mission, and there's loads of different biomes. This is really cool. This is in early access at the moment. I can't remember like the definition for this genre, but it's the same. It's similar to like Vampire Survivors and those sort of games, where you just have to like level up, and then you get different attributes, different upgrades as you go, and you get more powerful by the end. So we're going to just give this a shot. And then you get to pick which gnome, I think they're gnomes. No, dwarfs, not gnomes. Yeah, pick which dwarf you want to be. They're all different classes. Scout, gunner, engineer, they all do different things. So yeah, you can pick which one you want to do. They all have completely different weapons and are useful in different ways. So for this one, we're just going to go with the Scout. So it says he's the most nimble of the dwarfs. The Scout relies on long-range weapons and increased mobility to faster explore and escape the dangers. So there's some stats as well about each one. And then within this, there's also modifications to the class. So you can go recon or classic. So for this one, I'm just going to go classic. So you can see at the moment the GPU is below 90, which is good. We were only just started the level, but as I said, this will get progressively more intense as the game goes on. So you're just kind of running around, trying to mine minerals, trying to kill enemies for upgrades, and you'll see in a minute. So I managed to get, if I don't die, that'd be embarrassing. There's a couple of different objectives you have to do. So you have to draw out the elite, and then there's like a supply beacon you can get. So you can see here we're leveled up now, so you can choose one of these to essentially level up. So you can do your damage, you can do reload speed, and they have different rarities. And you have to kind of do your best to avoid these enemies while trying to kill them at the same time. So it can be a bit tricky. But once the big bosses come out, it gets a bit trickier. You can see GPUs even going down to like 80 now. So, but as it does get more intensive on the GPU, obviously that increases as a result of that. So I thought I'd just do this quickly. This is another game I like to play every now and again. And I'll just, thought I'd show you my settings that I recommend for it and how to set up the Steam Deck OS settings as well. Just pause this quickly. And I only made my first video yesterday, but I do have quite a big library of games, and I'll just go through them now. And if there's any that you're interested in taking a look at, we can have a look, and I can recommend what sort of configurations, what sort of setups are required for these games to run on the Steam Deck and to make the most out of the Steam Deck. If we just go back to my library, I'll just slowly come through here. Obviously we've got Days Gone that we covered, Dave the Diver, Dusk, Enter the Gungeon, that's all a classic. The other version of Deep Rock Galactic, where you're actually just mining minerals and fighting monsters, that's pretty cool in first person. Hades 2, I'm sure you all know about that. That's a really, really good game. I can cover that if you want. Neon White, that's a really highly rated game on OpenCritic. It's fantastic, so we can take a look at that. These are just the ones I've got installed. I was playing the Rematch beta a couple of weeks ago when I got an invite for that, so that's really, really cool. It's like a mixture of Rocket League and football. And yeah, it just feels really good to play. Really good controls. It's like manual passing, manual shooting. It's really like, feels really good when you can pull something off. And they're actually doing another test soon. I got another email, so when that comes out I can show you running on the deck, but it was running at around 60 frames per second when I was playing it last. So yeah, I'll just slowly go through my games now. It says there's 138, but I know I'm going a bit fast here, but I'm trying to just go through them because I don't want to bore you just scrolling through all my games. Schedule 1, you can get that working on the deck pretty easily. It is a bit buggy because it's only made by like one developer, so but it's pretty fun. So yeah, that's the end of this one. If you want me to cover anything else, or you can think of a game you'd like to be covered, let me know in the comments, and like and subscribe. And yeah, thanks again, and see you soon.